Oh, nice.
like grown-ups.
And we are streaming live.
We're streaming
Okay,
live.
I'm playing us in. Here we go.
Ooh, ah.
Welcome to Earl and the Idiot, the show that gives you the answers you need to take your business to the next level. With Earl Flormata, one of Vancouver's most sought-after business and marketing consultants, author of Business Engine Optimization, consultant to over 60 successful businesses, an all-around evil marketing genius with a combined total of more than $70 million worth of sales to his credit. And some idiot. Okay, here we go.
Just realized I'm out of practice. I didn't even have the show notes up yet.
Here we go,
Oops.
indeed.
There we go. Yeah, right. Should
Well, I'm
listen to
looking at the
myself.
notes, and this is prompt December 17th, which is today, and the last one was November 26th, so we skipped a couple.
Has it been that long?
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost skipped today. I gotta run off and do something this evening. It's gonna be very taxing. And so I was almost like I didn't want to do it, but I don't want to skip another week. So
Oh, fair enough. Yeah,
all
the the
good.
the, the lackadaisical December.
Yeah, right.
Hey, one of them was a legit reason. It was your birthday.
Yeah, that's pretty legit.
So, what adventure did you run on your birthday? And did you use my spreadsheet?
No, we barely got. I got a Starbucks. I think that was the only thing I
Oh,
got for
okay.
free.
Oh, so
But
you
oh my
didn't do
God,
you didn't do the Incredible Menchie's run?
no! It was like Chelsea had stuff planned for me, and by the time it was
Hmm.
all done, I was like, I just want to go home. Didn't have time
Okay.
for. We didn't happen to be near a Menchie's at a
Didn't
time
have
that
time
made
to be
sense.
next to a grumpy Menchie guy.
Well, yeah. Plus you should have seen the Starbucks I got. The drink I got. Oh my God! I just got
So,
I think a cookie caramel cookie or a fudge cookie frappuccino or something like that.
oh yeah, that's
And
just
then
like, heart attack in a cup.
yeah, I'm ordering it on the app and I'm just like I just I never really gone into the extras before. And I'm like, oh my God, yeah, throw those sprinkles in, throw a
Yeah,
flavor shot in. And when I
everything.
when I got it, there was like an inch of some kind of foam on the bottom. I don't even know what it was. Like there's whipped
Right.
cream on the top, and then it was like sitting on a white thing of foam that tall. It was just really funny because when I walked into the Starbucks, I see the lady back there with my venti cup, and she's like holding it, reading the label, and like sorting
Doing
through her big
stuff.
pile of some of this, and like
A witch's brew.
witch's brew kind of thing. Yeah, exactly, like an apothecary with all the little jars and
Right.
the
Your birthday
tinctures and
drink at
things.
Starbucks is supposed to kill you, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. And I was
So,
like, "Can you tell it's a birthday drink?" She's like, "I suspected." Yeah.
yeah, no kidding.
Um, And then we went, we went and gambled. I really want, I've never really gambled. I don't know. I've gambled like a couple of times, but
Hmm.
I actually I finally found a strategy I wanted to try out.
I'm still
And,
up about 10K this year from casinos and whatnot.
oh,
So,
what do you do?
a really boring roulette play.
Oh, yeah.
I just played two-thirds and two-thirds, and that's it.
I don't know what that means.
So the table is broke up into thirds. Like there's like rows and like columns. And what you do is you just pick two of the columns and two of the rows.
Huh.
And you put a bet on each one. And for whatever reason, that seems to work out for me.
I was seeing some video of a professional gambler saying you're supposed to distract the roulette dealer right when he looses the ball because apparently they can actually shoot it intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
You
The,
ever heard
the
that?
good ones, the good ones can.
Yeah.
The good ones can.
So you're supposed to make them look at you while they fire the ball so they can't
Yeah, but
intentionally make you
the
lose.
smart ones know to make you win so that
They get a better tip.
some yeah, exactly.
That's a good point. Yeah, the player himself, they're the roulette. I don't know what do you call it, an operator. He's uh he's incentivized to have you win. You'll leave a big tip.
Exactly.
Um, yeah, no, I just wanted to play blackjack. I was
Oh
trying to think.
nice.
I got an app, and what I would do is every time I lose, I double my bet.
Right.
You've probably heard of this. I don't know. It's got a name. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, the Nightingale principle.
Nightingale. Yeah. And so, I've been doing that for like a long time on my phone, and it's like over time you eventually win.
Yeah.
It's just every now and then you'll get a crazy run of like six losses and it can totally wipe you out.
Yep. That
So
I
I was
used to play blackjack at lunchtime when I worked downtown,
yeah.
and there was a casino right across the street. And what I would do is just play Nightingale system until I won, and then once I won, I would use that money to go buy lunch, right? So
Makes sense, I guess. I was limiting myself to 3 doublings before I said screw it and cut my losses and went back. So I won. I started with $100. I got my $100 of go ahead and lose this money.
right,
And I got up to 100. I said I'm either going to double it or lose it.
right,
That was my goal. And I
and
got up to 150 at one point,
ah,
and then I got all the way down to like $5 on my table, and the rest of it on a bet by constantly doubling. And I was getting kind of tired of it at that point, so I won that big last bet, luckily, and I got up to $85. So I only lost $15 on my
oh,
betting.
that's not bad. That's not
Yeah,
bad.
no, and it was time to go.
Yeah.
And then we went to fly over Canada. You ever done that?
Yep, done that. That's fun.
Nice. And they do a Christmas one, and they make it special for Christmas. You actually fly to the
Oh,
North Pole at the end.
cool.
Very
I've
cute.
never done the Christmas version, so
And they're all dressed like elves. It was actually really funny. Like, the video's all like these elves and like, oh my God, you got to help us get to the North Pole. This whole bit. And the little ride operators are there like,
yeah.
wait for the video.
Please kill
Like,
me.
yeah.
I've seen this 1,700 times.
Here comes the Christmas magic, everyone. Go up the stairs, one seat each.
The happy elf.
Yeah, exactly. It was really
Happy
funny, but it was a lot of fun. And then Chelsea surprised me by, well, I thought it was just the two of us, but she'd actually set up like our family, her parents being there and my brother and his wife being there. And we
That's
went
cool.
out to a pub that has an open mic jam session, and I went and played harmonica.
Nice.
Chelsea snuck my harmonicas into the car without me knowing about it.
Awesome.
She gets real sneaky when it's present time.
Right. There you go. Turns into a ninja.
Yeah, totally. Oh yeah, she killed it on the slots. What did you double your money? She turned $60 into 120 on Whitney Houston slots.
Slots are too scary for me. It's always
Oh yeah,
it's who knows, right?
it's wild. I tried. I was like I see people addicted to slots, and I was like, could I get addicted to slots? Am I gonna have a gambling addiction? And I like put my money in, and I test and I press the button. And it's like, okay, all your money's gone, and I'm like, how do you get addicted to this? This sucks.
No, I prefer table games.
Yeah, for sure. But no, she killed it. She got a good feeling about the Whitney Houston one. And she
Nice.
won twice and doubled her money. So who am I to
All
argue?
right.
All right. Is that enough
Well,
rambling?
let's dive in.
Well, we
For
haven't even
those of
introduced
you,
ourselves.
yeah, who don't know what the show is about,
Mhm.
here we go.
Here we go. So this is Earl and the Idiot. You heard in the intro, we've got Earl here. Smart fella. Knows a lot about business. And I'm here to ask him stupid questions and get the smart answers. What we do with our show is Earl presents to me some things that he's run into in consulting with people this week. I
Mhm.
pick one of those out that I'm most interested in, and then we enter it into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT does all our show notes for us. And then we just go through it and say when ChatGPT did a good job or did a bad job, and
I should
it's all kinds
probably
of fun.
read these things before we go into them, but
No,
no.
no,
Yeah, I just
it's
don't.
more spontaneous if we are discovering it along with the audience.
Absolutely. So I have no idea what's coming. So I
idea
just
what's coming.
blind copy paste it and pray it's not terrible.
Off we go. Excuse me. Okay. What we said to ChatGPT this week is, and you'll understand my background image. It's time for another Earl and the Idiot show. Today's topic is making ads that stand out in a crowded market. There it is. It's even a market too. These are beef cows, I assume.
Yeah, that's cool. But I would have used the Seth Godin Purple Cow.
I don't know that one.
Okay,
What's
one of his books is called The Purple Cow, and
Is
it's
that a
literally
stand
a purple cow, right? It's if you drove past the field of cows and one of them was purple, you'd stop and go, "What the hell?" Right? So
Fair enough.
I certainly would. I'm like, that's a purple cow.
I'd
As
stop
opposed
for
to
this
the
guy too. I'd stop for
giant
this guy
cow.
too.
Yeah, I would. I don't know if I would stop for the big one. I would probably be fearful for my life. Right?
Apparently, he's very gentle. He's very kind. So
Okay.
this is not AI. This actually happened. This one cow. It's just a genetic a mutation.
Mutation.
Just
Just
made that up.
giant. Nice.
He's a mutant.
Hmm.
Anyway, enough silliness. All right. So here's what ChatGPT. So we want 3 things to do to stand out in a crowded market, 2 things to avoid, and 1 red hot tip for making ads that get attention. Number one of the things to do, interrupt the pattern, immediately. Your ad has 1 to 2 seconds to earn the next 5. Open with a weird visual, a hard truth, a line that makes people go, wait, what? Stop scrolling if you're wasting money on ads and don't even know it. It's not polite. That's effective.
I have always loved the ad from Plenty of Fish.
Hmm.
And it's just a white table, white background. And the guy just walks up, grabs a fish, and goes, bam, and go, that's a fish. And it's like, because it's such a pattern interrupt. You're like, what the hell? Yeah, that is a fish, but what? Right? And they're selling a dating site, right? So it's just like, okay, that's a different opening, right?
Yeah.
That one's always got my attention.
I liked Cards Against Humanity at the Super Bowl,
Yes, that's a
where
fun one.
every ad is a crazy high budget visual spectacular, and so they just filmed a potato with the word advertisement on it,
Yes.
and with no, they didn't even say the name of their company or anything, did they?
No,
It was just a
no.
potato. It's an advertisement. And you
What
had
one of those guys, one of their ads was just them digging a hole. You remember that one?
they had the excavator, and people were donating money to dig the hole out.
And it just dug a hole, and then that was it. And they
And
didn't
so,
even
yeah,
say
as
their
long as
name or whatever. I'm like, what the hell?
it was a
So-
whole, it was a whole like ongoing live stream, I think, because people kept donating. They're like, how deep are you going to dig? And they go, how long are you going to donate for?
Mhm.
And did you ever read the FAQ on that?
No.
Oh, it was hilarious. It was a highlight. They were like, it's things like, well, what if you strike lava? And they're like, I guess we'll finally feel something.
Nice.
The best, but you see, like I say, people were donating money to it or contributing money to it. And as long as there was money, they kept digging. And so one of the things on the FAQ was, why don't you donate the money to charity? And he said, why don't you donate the money to charity?
Yeah, exactly.
You're the one sending us the money. It's up to
to dig the
you.
hole, right?
It's not our
Exactly.
choice.
No kidding.
Yeah. But yeah, there's also the Judy with her pancakes. You ever seen Judy with the pancakes?
Yeah, I remember that one.
Those are really good, where she takes a viral video and it's like something striking, somebody's crashing through a car window or whatever, and then she cuts it like it was her all along and rolls
Yeah.
into frame and says, I'm Judy, come get my pancakes.
Yeah. I like the sign guy. There's this internet sign
Oh,
guy out
yeah.
of China, and he always just puts some ridiculous meme or something or dresses funny or whatever, and he's always got some crazy pattern interrupt.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are good. I'd agree on the pattern interrupt. You have to earn the right. So at one of my events the other day, someone's pitching me some health product, and there's no interruption, there's no pattern interrupt, there's just a wall of logic. And I'm like, I'm bored and I'm not paying any attention, right? And you're pitching me during an event, and I'm the one hosting said event. And it's just like, I have no attention span. Like, you have to earn the right to keep my attention. Otherwise, shit's on fire. Like, I gotta go deal with stuff. And so, yeah, earning the right. Your ad has 1 to 2 seconds to earn the next 5. That's a good one. I like that.
And you find this is valid. What about, I mean, it's not just sort of 3 questions are kind of jamming themselves in my head at the same time. Does this just apply to video?
No, it's everything, right? Like, if you have like an audio ad too, you have to make the audio making you go, wait, what? Stop. Pattern interrupt. Pay attention to me, right? Listen to what we have to say, because this is interesting, right? So, but on the other side, it can't just be straight pattern interrupt. You can't just write, like, for every ad, you can't just write advertisement on a potato and then just leave it there. Like,
yeah, the trick is you always have to be doing something different. Then when everyone does that something different, then you got to do something different from that.
Yeah, exactly. But like every Mexican ad, right? I'm just gonna throw the Mexicans under the bus. Every Mexican ad is the hottest girl you've ever seen popping out of a pool and then just walking towards the camera. And then you don't even know who they are or what they do or what they sell. It's just sex sells, and then here's our phone number. And I'm like, the hell am I calling? Right? And yeah, so every time I'm down in Mexico, I'm watching the ads on the TV, and it's just beautiful people showing up but I don't know what the hell they're selling. So that doesn't help, right? So
Yeah.
it can't just be earn the right for the next couple seconds and then do nothing else, right? That's bad.
Yeah. I feel like the pattern interrupt there would be have some big fat hairy guy coming out of the pool with a cigar, and you're like, "What's this guy?"
Well, if some big fat hairy guy came out of the pool and then did the hair thing with the whole water slow mo,
Yeah.
I would watch that because I'd be laughing my ass off, right?
Mhm.
And now sell me something, right?
Fair enough. All right, let's see what number 2 is. Things to do to stand out with your advertising. Lead with the problem, not the product. Nobody cares about your software, service, or shiny logo. They care about their headache. Talk about the frustration they already feel, the thing they complain about to friends, the problem they think is just how it is. If they feel seen, they'll stick around.
100%,
Yeah.
100%. So we talk about this a lot in the formula. Like there's a sales equation, right?
Mhm.
And part of it is the very beginning, which is problem followed by solution,
Mhm.
right? And if you can pair together the problem with like a show stopping something interrupt that gets your attention, then explains the problem to your client or prospective client better than they can explain it themselves, magically they feel heard, right? So, so cut to, big fat guy doing the hair thing, and then it talks about whatever problem you solve.
Mhm.
I'm paying attention for those 2 seconds that you're explaining what the problem is. But you got to make sure that when you explain what the problem is, it's simple, it's straightforward, it's repeatable, it's in plain English, right? Don't use a bunch of university words in a spot. Now that you have my attention, don't freaking waste it.
Mhm.
So I was at a networking event yesterday because we host networking events once a month. And, lo and behold, is a financial planner. It's always a financial planner, right?
Yeah.
And the financial planner pitches me and it's just gobbledygook the entire time. And I'm like, well, I have a financial background. So I kind of understood what he was saying, but I just didn't care. Right.
Mhm.
And so yeah, the problem has to be simplified, right? And it's not because people are stupid. It's because people don't have an attention span and you have to earn the right. So one, if you didn't interrupt me and you didn't earn the right and you didn't, do the flashy thing where it makes me go pay attention, and then you say a bunch of stuff at me and I'm just like, wait, the only reason I understand that because I used to have a license once upon a time. That's not good, right?
Yeah. So yeah, like this is weird. This is kind of geared more to advertising, but I was kind of thinking in terms of like within your industry more broadly than just an ad. Like
Hmm.
if you're just another roofer,
Right.
you know what I mean? It's like how do you stand out? I guess is it just the advertising? Is it,
No, it's in what makes you different from other roofers. So
Mhm.
I'll give you an example. Like everyone knows Jiffy Lube, right?
Yeah.
You get your oil changed. But Jiffy Lube has this 31 point checklist that they go through and they check your fluids and they check this and they check that. And Jiffy Lube exaggerates the hell out of that damn list. Now, any good garage does this, right?
Mhm.
Any good mechanic does this. They check
Mhm.
all these things regularly, but they never say it, right?
Right.
Jiffy Lube highlights the fact that we have a checklist, we're checking all this crap. We care about you, right? And that's when I learned a lesson. It's not just doing the job, it's the reporting of the job being done that's also just as important, right? So you could
Right.
be doing everything right, you could be doing the job, you could be servicing the client, but if you don't tell them that this is happening whilst it's happening,
Mhm.
it's not as effective.
Fair enough. Lead with the problem, not the product. All right.
Well, if you want to dive deeper into this, lead with
Mhm.
the problem, not the product. Um, so once upon a time, when people ran ads, it was look how great we are.
Mhm.
We've been around for 100 years. We've got 10,000 years of experience. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Look how big my dick is, and that's really what they're doing in the ads. Like, look how great we are.
Right.
Nobody cares, right? And then what happened was with the advent of infomercials, it became all about the product. they put the product in the spotlight as opposed to the company in the spotlight. And it was product, 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 product. Look how great the product is.
Yeah.
But then when the real shift happened, like when real conversion started to happen, was when they're like, we understand you and what your problem is. Then people felt heard, and all of a sudden, just sales went through the roof, right? And that's where it's at. So leading with the problem, not the product, is putting the customer first, right? That's a psychological difference. You make the customer the center of attention and make them the first seat. And then you do the product, and then you tell people who you are.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Wait, what's your name again? Yeah.
Right.
If you get someone at that point, we're like, wait, what's your company called, or what's your business? But then you've got their interest, not before.
Well, I was always saying that if you approach them, you're the salesperson. If they approach you, you're the expert. Yeah. So if you get them to ask, hey, what's your name again? Now they're asking you, and that's expert positioning, not salesperson positioning. So
right.
Night and day.
When it comes to putting I criticize that so much. I'm always like, whenever I see an ad, I'm like, this ad sucks. I did blah, blah, blah. I just criticize it.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I praise as well. If I see a good ad, I'm like, now we're talking. Like that truck that drove by me and it said portable hot tub rental, phone number. Like, oh shit. All right.
Yeah. Nice.
That was good. But I always think of there's a business, you probably know it. It's downtown. It's sort of in the area of Canada Place. And I think it's called Modelo.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a giant banner. There's a bunch of banners hanging all around this thing. It says Modelo. And their logo, is a Vespa scooter.
Yes.
And maybe they're secretly geniuses, but I was getting closer and closer to this thing, squinting at it, going, is it a Vespa dealership? Why is it called Vespa? Why is it called Modelo? And so I got close enough to finally be like, oh, it's a gelato place.
Yeah.
And so maybe they're secretly geniuses and they drew me in with a mystery. But
there's an old burger shack which has like an old ass bus in front of it.
Yeah.
And people stop to check out the bus and then they're like, burgers, and then it's
just around the corner. That's Lost in the 50s diner.
Oh yeah, there you go. So
yeah, it's just around the corner for me. The bus is gone, unfortunately.
Oh really?
Yeah,
they got rid of it.
Yeah, good burgers though. Cool. They still got the 50s vibe going. But yeah, but the sign, if they put the product first, it would say fine Italian gelato, which would work. I'd still show up.
Right. Absolutely.
But if they put the product first, or put the customer's needs first, they're like, what's the matter? You don't have any gelato? I'd be like, that's true. I don't have any gelato at all.
I have a gelato deficiency. You must help
exactly.
me.
Remedy my gelato deficiency. All right, let's move on. I think we're getting silly now. 3, sound like a human, not a brand committee. Perfect grammar kills performance. Real language wins. Use short sentences. Mild spice, not corporate vanilla. The way people actually talk. If it wouldn't work in a text message, it probably won't work in an ad.
This is what I was saying earlier. Sound like a human, not a brand committee. Again, let's go back to picking on financial planner guy, right? He used words that you would only understand if you also had the same license as he did.
Right.
Right. So if you're using jargon to make yourself feel smart or sound smart, you're doing yourself a disservice. So, because no one ever talks like that, right?
Yeah.
And if they do talk like that, guess what? Nobody wants to listen to them. So, hey, I'm real smart. Why doesn't everyone want to listen to me? Because you talk too smart, right? If you talk too smart and you make other people feel dumb, no one wants to listen to your ass because you feel dumb, right? So, one of the really good practices for copywriting or writing an ad or writing anything is read it out loud.
Oh yeah.
And actually speak the words. And when you do that, all of a sudden you'll be like, yo man, this is really hard to say. And if it's hard to say, guess what? It's hard to repeat. And if it's hard to repeat, you ain't getting no word of mouth, right? So
yeah,
no one's going to talk about you because they can't. It's too hard.
I wonder if the spice thing, you got to think about your audience a little bit, right? I guess, maybe
it's got to be audience centric specific, right? Like if you're selling, shit for a church, right?
Right.
Don't use the word shit, right?
Churchshit.com.
Right. Holy shit. Okay, so
High five. We got
high
high five
five.
that.
All right, there.
I love it.
So, but yeah, like you have to be cognizant of your crowd, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, just be careful what you say in front of which crowd.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel like
actually,
I feel like the stuffy boomer crowd is kind of fading away now. They used to be easily shocked, those guys, but now younger people have heard it all and seen it all. Grew up with Gord.com or whatever it is on the internet. Nothing scares us.
even the old boomer crowd has grown like a sense of humor sometimes. Like I see some of like the old people ads, and some of them are legitimately funny, and I'm like, right? Like I'm watching some of these ads, and I'm like, that's really good. And I'm watching the old people laugh, and when the old people laugh, they buy shit, and it's great, right? So it's just humanity, right? Like just being a person. Like don't use a bunch of fancy words, man. Just
Mhm.
use simple language and use a simple framework. Don't make them jump through too many hoops. Oh, we were at an offer making class once, and this one
What?
like international dude, we were learning how to make offers,
Oh, okay.
and and this one guy took every offer he's ever seen in his entire life and put it into one pitch, and it was so confusing. Right? It's like if you buy one, you get one free, but if you buy this one, you get a discount, and you buy this one, we bundle it together with this whole package. I'm like, you lost me at hello, right? Like,
And he wasn't kidding.
no, he wasn't kidding. Like he's like, I made the ultimate offer, and we're like, wow, let's see it. Yeah, it was terrible because he mooshed everything together into just one convoluted. It looked like your Starbucks drink, right?
Hmm.
And so it was confusing as hell. Had every color of the rainbow, and no one knew what the offer was or could repeat it because it was every offer plus every buy one get one plus results guaranteed or a refund or I'll give you $100 or like every single offer structure you could come up with. He made this one ultimate Frankenstein offer and slapped it all together. And
Yeah.
you know, it was a thing of beauty. I mean, he did study every offer in the universe.
It's impressive.
It's just you just don't do them all at once, right?
I remember one time when I was working in roofing sales, they came to us and with the sales manager wanted to create an incentive structure. And he brought out all these charts and he's like, if you sell more than this percent by this date, it'll be this and like and we all just totally glazed over at the end of the presentation. We're like, we don't care about this. We don't understand what's going on. We're just gonna keep selling, keep earning our commissions. Thanks.
There
Can't make it
was
too
this
complicated.
super convoluted commission structure for this one company back in the day.
Mhm.
And then they just really simplified it. They're like, okay, if you sell this much, like if you make any sales at all in the week at the team meeting, you get ice cream.
Hmm.
That's like, sweet. But if you sell over this much, you not only get ice cream, you get Haagen-Dazs. And it's like, ooh, right? And we all know like Haagen-Dazs is like back then it was like $3. Who cares? But it was just the status of eating Haagen-Dazs
Right?
while the peasants ate ice cream, right? It's like I made enough sales, I got the Haagen-Dazs, right?
Yeah.
And it was the status of the Haagen-Dazs. And you know what broke my heart though? I found out that Haagen-Dazs is actually just a normal American company. It's just like, wait, what?
Yeah,
It's
isn't
it's
Haagen-Dazs, isn't it like a totally made up
yeah,
word?
it's a
And
totally
not, it's
made
not
up
even.
word, totally made up name. It's not
Hmm.
it's not German or like Eastern European or whatever. It's just some guy just said, "Hey, this sounds pretty European, right?
Yeah.
Does it sound flashy? Will people buy this because it's called Haagen-Dazs?" Yes, people will buy it because it's called Haagen-Dazs.
That's like Homer's brother on The Simpsons when he had the car company.
Yes.
And he's like, the trick is to give them Japanese names. And he's like, you guys ever drive a tempura hatchback?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. All right, let's charge ahead here. So
Okay.
yeah, remember, sound like a human, not a brand committee.
Mm-hmm.
Two things to avoid. One, don't copy what everyone else is doing. Well, that seems kind of obvious if you're trying to stand out in a crowd. If your ad looks like a stock photo, a Canva template, a trusted by 10,000 plus customers badge, congratulations, you've blended in with the wallpaper. You idiot.
I love that. Yeah, don't copy what everyone else. I wholeheartedly agree. When I consult for people, I actually Google their business, and then it finds all the competitors in the same sector that are in the kind of same area ish. So they're direct competitors. And all I do is I bring everyone's site up, and then I show it to them, and I just click through, and their site's in just in one of those things, and I'm like, did all these look the same? Yep. Did you see yours in there? Yep. Crap. So one person had like their website, and the first like the headline was free shipping. I don't even know what the hell you sell. And
Yeah,
the first thing was like free shipping. I'm like, for what? Right?
I love that. I love that kind of stuff. It's like, yeah, 20% off. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Just, you ever seen that? Just a big sign that's like 20% off all, all merchandise. And you're like,
Right.
who are you? You didn't even establish
No.
what the baseline is to let me know what the discount I'm getting.
It's almost as good as that thing from what was that movie? The store was called Going Out of Business. So yeah.
I don't remember that. I mean, I think I've heard of that. I don't think I ever saw whatever movie that was.
Okay. It was Enter the Zohan.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And the business was actually called Going Out of Business. And
That's
that's what their sign said. And it's just like, what do you do? We're going out of business. Everything's on sale. Want to buy something?
Yeah, I sort of design websites by feel. And sometimes you're sort of getting so focused on your own thing and like you've seen it too many times and you start to think it's crap or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was doing this website and I was like, starting to feel down on it. I really liked it when I first made it. I was like, oh, this looks great. And then after working on it for another week, I was like, it's garbage. No one wants to see this. And then what I did was I looked at his competitors in the same space and I was like, oh my God. It's like I maybe can't design websites as well as like, the top people in the whole field, but in terms of the regular small businesses, I'm pretty far ahead.
Yep.
And different.
100%.
That's also about it.
You just got to beat them by little. You just got to beat them by little, right?
I was like, oh, their websites are different than mine. And I'm like, hey, maybe it's a good thing.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I like this one. I really like this one. I think this one is a big problem. Don't be vague. Grow your business, increase revenue, unlock your potential. That's not messaging, that's noise. Specific equals believable, vague equals ignored.
This is why they tell us to follow the formula, get result in X time, right? And so, lose, 10 pounds of belly fat in 2 weeks or whatever, because it's more believable.
What are you selling, Earl? I want to buy that.
Yeah, see, but like if you're more specific with what the outcome is, all right, lose that last 5 pounds before the wedding, or get rid of your man boobs before summertime. Like, great, yes, please, right? And so the more specific you are, the better communicative that is to the end client, right? Where they know what their result or transformation is going to be. And when they know what it's going to be, you're setting expectations right. And when you set expectations right, you have a bunch of happy customers if you can deliver that.
Right.
So
I think we went over this in our mastermind meeting there.
Yeah.
This idea of unlock your potential. It's like, okay.
Right.
But it's like stop, you get more specific into it. Like stop stop spending all week worrying about that thing you're supposed to do and just get on with it kind of thing.
Right.
It's more specific, less vague.
It's almost as good as that. There's that motivational poster: turn down to suck, turn up to awesome. It's like, well, what's that for, right? So if you can be, if you're like your go-to sales phrase can just be on a generic motivational poster for anybody, then you're doing it wrong, right?
If you can picture that cat hanging on the log or whatever it is, or if it would make sense on a picture of a sunset, then you could put this as a caption underneath it.
Then you're not specific enough.
Nice.
Right? Well, people are trying to be all things to all people, And the more you try to be all things to all people, the more vanilla it is. And the more vanilla it is, the more it just blends in with the wallpaper, as it said, right? So
There you go.
all right.
All right, we're on to the red hot tip. I think we're a little ahead of schedule, but that's all right. Like I say, I got a thing to get to tonight, and I should take a minute to
To get
center
ready.
myself.
Yeah, no worries.
I got to be on all night. So, red hot tip. Here we go.
Red hot tip.
Make the first 5 seconds entertaining, not informative. Your job isn't to educate at first. Your job is to earn attention. Teach later, sell later, hook now. If someone watches the first 5 seconds voluntarily, you've already won half the battle. A little bit back to the first thing.
The first thing was, yeah, interrupt the pattern immediately. This is the third thing is make the first 5 seconds entertaining. It depends on what you sell and your target market. Because 5 seconds might be too long. I know that sounds crazy. 5 seconds might be too damn long because you only have so much for your commercial, right? Like a YouTube pre-roll is only so many seconds long.
Yeah.
And if I use a quarter of it with some dumb skit, right, that takes way too long, I have less time to sell stuff. So I disagree with the timing. It depends on the format and it depends on the way you're delivering the content. If you're like a full form YouTube video and your video is like an hour long, yeah, go buck wild, have 5 seconds of entertaining stuff.
Yeah.
But if it's a commercial or an ad or whatever, you only might have 5 seconds, right?
Yeah.
So
if I think if you're doing something like if you're a speaker at an event, and you've
yes,
got a 20-minute slot, you could use the first 2 minutes to tell a funny story,
yes,
assuming it's related,
100%,
right?
100%. So
People typically won't get up and leave.
your job is not to educate at first. It says, I agree with that. Your job is to earn attention. I also agree with that. But the neat part is if you do it right, you can do both in the same swing.
Right.
Right. So you can educate and entertain. It's called edutainment, right? So if you can educate and entertain at the same time, you're being more efficient with your time. And it's also more memorable. Right. They were saying that if you teach something in a normal methodology, like rote memorization, or like here's a standardized test or whatever, versus if you play, the play learning ends up being something crazy like 5 to 7 times faster just playing through it than if you were to learn it the old fashioned boring way. Right. And this was seen with like games like Monopoly or games like Rich Dad Poor Dad had a Monopoly-esque type of game. So Cash Flow 101. Because when they were teaching like financial structures and all this kind of stuff, and then they played Cash Flow 101, and then they went back and then they re-explained the structures, people go, oh yeah, I did that, and I rolled a 7, right? So they remember this stuff when it's play. But if it's just like, okay, well, this is your third test question, and here's what the question is, people just blank out and freak out, right? So yeah, but you can't beat too much. It can't beat too much, 100%.
All right, so not ChatGPT didn't totally knock it out of the park with the red hot tip this week.
No,
good concept,
so good.
But all right,
but too long and not. Funny enough, it told you not to be vague, and here it is being vague, right? All right. Well, it is time for.
It's time. Here we go. Hack of the week.
Hack of the week. Okay, so if you have the budget for it, there's an AI that lets you cheat. It actually goes back into the past and sees every ad in the sector and tells you what's working right now. So other competitors have spent like $1 million figuring this crap out. And all you do is run the AI, and the AI tells you, hey, this is what's working. This is what image to use. This is what image people are clicking on, right? Like, and it gives like really specific data. So like, for example, let's say you're selling phones in the UK. What kind of person do you put on the ad? And according to the data, a black girl with curly hair. That has the highest conversion click-through rate right now, right? But that could shift or change. based on whatever, right? Like this people's, liking of whatever. So if
I
you
would have
use the
assumed that the answer would have been and always would have been Danny DeVito.
yes,
Yeah,
always be yourself. Unless you can be Danny DeVito, then be Danny
exactly.
DeVito. But so another company we were doing this for was for like high-end software for doing quotes and stuff. And it was specific. It said use the words AI and use an old guy,
Hmm.
male, singular, not a team, not a bunch of people, one dude, right? And lo and behold, the freaking ads worked. I'm like, holy crap! Like the click through rate is crazy. Like, and we're getting like really good click prices. The AI can see weird patterns you can't see. Now, if you can't afford it, like this is like 10, 15 grand to do one of
Hold
these
on,
things.
I got to. How does it access this data? Like, does it crawl everyone's Google ads account? That's truly private data.
It has access. It's like the internet Wayback Machine, but for ads. And
But how does it know who's clicking?
there's data extrapolation that it can kind of pull because Google gives some data information out there. So does Meta. So
Hmm.
does so these ad platforms have this data kind of just out there because they want you to do better, right? They want you to spend more money on ads. So they want your ads to work so you can spend more money on them. So that they essentially give this data away for free, but the artificial intelligence rips through all of it because there's a lot of ad data,
Hmm.
right? So if you do this manually, it's going to take you like forever. If you use the AI, then the AI is like, okay, here you go, here's your answer, you know.
Hmm.
So
All right. Okay,
now
but if you can't,
if you can't do that, go pay attention to the ads that are running right the hell now and just slightly improve them. Like, because people are literally running ads right now on whatever the hell you're doing. Like you say, oh, ads don't work. Just look, right? And there's
Mhm.
going to be an ad for whatever you do, right? Dentistry. Here's an ad for dentistry, and just look at what's out there right now and slightly improve it because the incremental improvements, above whatever the status quo is, give you that slight edge over the competition. There's this joke I used to always love to tell people because the way I used to like run an SEO agency, and there's two guys running away from a bear. One guy stops to tie his shoes, and the other guy's like, "Dude, you can't outrun a bear." And he's like, "I don't have to outrun the bear. I just have to outrun you." Right?
Right.
and that's the way it works with ads. You don't have to beat them by like a country mile. So if you have an ad and they have an ad, and you're bidding consistently about the same rate, all you have to do is improve your ad by that much. And if you win by that much, you still win, right? And that's all there is to. And winning is return on ad spend, right? Like you spend $1, it comes back with $1 and some friends, right?
Right.
So, and it better work with whatever your margin is, or you better have enough stuff on the back end to make upsell, downsell, cross sell bundles, other sales to make up for the falling through.
Mhm.
Otherwise, if you're spending $1 on ads and you're making negative $3, you could be dead eventually, right? So you're not going to make it. So there you go.
Fair
And
enough.
that's a wrap. So the AI was
Another
was usually on
successful
point. Yeah.
standing out of the crowd. Yeah, no, the timing's pretty good.
So timing's pretty
And
good. AI is usually more on point. This time it didn't do so well.
little wide of the mark, eh?
A little wide of the mark. I mean, it was
That's okay.
okay, but it wasn't like I wasn't impressed and it wasn't like bang on like it usually was.
Yeah, fair enough. That's why we have an Earl to check these things.
To double check the AI, make sure it's doing okay.
Yeah. The
So
it feels like the field of human checking AI verifiability is going to be like a burgeoning field.
yeah, 100%. It's like, hey, are you hallucinating AI? Yes, you are. Let's double check that stuff.
Yeah, it was really funny. I created a bot, I created a GPT for myself to write the copy for this company I'm working with. That's a chimney fireplace replacement company,
Okay.
and it's called Wood Smoke. We just came up with a name for it: Wood Smoke Fireplace and Chimney Services, or Stove and Chimney Services. Anyway, and so I gave it the transcript of an interview I did with a client where I got all the information about his company from it, right?
Right.
And I was using the GPT for a bit, went away to do something else, came back like a week later. I'm like, okay, now I need to write the services pages for this. And it renamed the company and invented services it doesn't do.
Right.
And actually, it was really funny. It was actually a good name. The guy's name is Bernie, Bernie,
Okay.
and it called the company Bernie's, Bury.
Oh my God.
Right?
That's amazing.
I think it's actually really funny. But it was just funny. I was like, it did this. It's like, oh yeah, Bernie's fireplaces, blah blah blah. And I'm like, and then all like chimney sweeping, which he doesn't do, and all this stuff. And I was all I said to it was, you want to try that again? And it's like, no problem. Sorry about that. Now I'm going to use the actual information you gave me and do
Right.
and use the correct company name and use the actual services. I'm like, why don't you just do that? I never told it to. I said I didn't say go back and do that. I said just, you want to try again, and it like understood I was angry with it and immediately realized what I'd done wrong. But it was like, just, you have instructions in your folder or whatever. Follow the
Right.
instructions.
I love how AI is just randomly sometimes the ADHD kid, and it
Yeah.
just goes off on some horrible tangent. It does that to me too once in a while. I'm like asking it questions for stuff, and it just goes hard left. I'm like, what happened? Right? And then you just ask it, hey, where'd you pull this data from? Right? And
Yeah,
then it's like, oh, right,
hmm,
yeah.
maybe yeah. All right. Well, anyway, I guess that's it for us. Thank you, Earl, for the brilliant tips. Thank you, ChatGPT, for making our jobs really easy. And thank you in the other end of this camera for
Right.
tuning in and watching.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
you for being my awesome co-host, Dan. And yeah, I'll go enjoy your thing. I'm playing us out. Here
All
we
right.
go.
Here we go.
Thanks for listening to Earl and the Idiot. We hope you learned something you can take action on this week. For more information or to contact the show, visit earlandtheidiot.com. And until next time, remember what Shakespeare said. The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool.